I have not gotten revenge on Joel yet. So for those of you who haven't seen what happened at RTX, Joel somehow got a hold of my phone when I was signing. And either through my girlfriend, who's in the front row, who I'm a little curious about, or one of the
You're
Guardians.
Curious about your girlfriend?
I'm curious that she might be in on it.
Oh.
Anyway, he swapped out the phone number that was attached to my phone with one he had bought, and then gave that number out at the podcast panel.
Yep.
So my phone started exploding, basically. I had something like 700 text messages and about 500, 600 phone messages in about, I would say, 4 hours. Anyway, so yeah, it turned out Joel ruined my phone for a good day. But yeah, we figured it all out. I got it swapped back around, so I don't have to murder him yet. There will be retribution, though, and it will be swift.
I like how you always describe it as retribution.
Yeah.
Why not revenge? Or why not, I'm going to get back at him. Literally, every time you talk about this, you use the word retribution.
Because that's
it's
a cool
very
word.
Specific word you use. Why do you use that word
because
over
it sounds
anything
awesome.
else?
It sounds like something like a movie you'd hear.
It sounds biblical.
Like, there you go.
You're going to start a play.
You're going to throw frogs at him.
And my revenge will be biblical, so it'll work out nice.
What does that mean?
Biblical? It's based on the Bible.
What do you mean your revenge is going to be biblical? I'm sorry, what do you mean your retribution is going to be biblical?
It'll be something big. I got to get back at him. Ball's in my court now. I got to do something to him next year at RTX.
But why the word biblical? You're putting a weird word.
It's a descriptor. It's an adjective.
To do with frogs.
There we go.
That's what I said. Don't fucking steal my joke. That's literally exactly what I said like 2 seconds before you did. Everyone heard it. Jesus.
I didn't laugh.
All right. Anyway.
Well, can I just say, Jack, if
Yes.
you are waiting all the way until RTX next year to get your retribution, you're going to be too late. Because I just want to point out that you did leave the States for 2 weeks, and you did give the key to your house to somebody else who also happens to know Joel. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm just now realizing this.
Yep. Jack has a new dog and a barbecue grill, so watch out for that.
A couple of years ago, Melbourne Armageddon, you actually showed that video, first one I'd ever seen it. Now, my question actually has something to do with that convention.
Uh-oh. Whoa. All right.
Yes, you should be afraid.
This is your son.
It's time for retribution.
Oh, God.
Go. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that.
I was just going to ask, what made you
This is really difficult, dude. This is really difficult. No, putting your horse mouth up to the mic doesn't make it easier.
Yay!
No, I was just going to ask, what made you think of having two teams in the middle of a box canyon to them hunting down a director of an AI company?
I was really drunk.
Yeah, it sounds like
You know his mental process, he's thinking, I took off my horse mask for this.
Yep.
I finally started using cloud saves so I could play GTA 5 here.
All right, brag about it.
I thought you'd be happy. You've been trying to get me to use it forever.
I just realized I'm on some kind of weird fringe where I don't want to get, discs for stuff on games, and everyone else on the planet apparently does. I'm just going to stop talking about it because I'm tired of fielding stuff about it. But people think I'm some kind of weirdo because everything in my life is digital, music and movies and everything. But for some reason, I'm still supposed to carry around a fucking optical disc for games. It makes no sense to me. But congratulations for joining 20 years ago. So good for you.
Everything in your life is digital. What
Well,
percentage?
not like ham sandwiches, but yeah, like media
Dude,
is.
Can you imagine a digital ham sandwich?
Hey.
Where the fuck did that come from?
Look at Jack. What's that?
There's a Nerf gun up there.
Oh, that was Monty. Thanks, Monty. Look,
Please don't do that. You're just going to encourage
the sound
something
of it
bad.
like cocking up there with the bright lights is frightening as hell. Yeah, no, but seriously, everything in my life.
Seriously, can someone go stop whoever the fuck is doing that? It's really pissing me off.
Yeah, everything in my life that can be digital is digital. Are you not that way? Do you buy DVDs?
No.
Do you buy CDs?
No, I don't think I've ever bought a
You
CD.
have the
actually.
entire collection of Game of Thrones on DVD, though.
It's on Blu-ray, Barbara.
Blu-ray,
So
whatever.
you buy
I'm not
Blu-rays.
an asshole.
It's still a physical disc, though.
Yeah, well, my honest opinion on this, I don't care. Who cares? Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Do you guys want to be alone? No, but that's the point, though, is I don't buy anything on like media.
I kind of see what you mean when you bring up this subject, but you feel so strongly about it, and it's just like
I don't know why.
Just calm down.
I'm not.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about it. So he thought I'd be
You
excited
are
about
talking about it right now.
He's trying to get me all excited about it. I'm saying good you're on cloud saves. Good
Me?
for you. Yeah.
I didn't do shit. I
You
just
brought
talked
it
about
up and you said you cloud save
I
thing
know.
and you drew me into it.
I drew you in by saying I'm playing GTA 5?
Yeah, and you said, "Oh, my cloud saves. Aren't you so proud of me?" That's what you said.
How does that have to do with physical media?
Motherfucker, this is being recorded.
What does that have to do with
and there's
physical
people
media?
right there.
It's nothing. It's irrelevant. It's two different conversations.
At what
You
point-
wanted to talk about optical discs.
At what point
and
in the
you found a
conversation did
reason.
I say, "Hey, I would really love to talk about fucking cloud saves"?
When you said you drew me into this.
You did draw me into it. When did I mention
What does
cloud
cloud saves have to do with physical media?
You looked
Nothing.
at me. So let's go back to the list of
Hey,
things that can
do you
get
need a-
Gus fired.
do you
Let's
need
go
a-
back to that list.
Do you need an ice pack for that burn? Are you okay over there?
Hey, motherfucker! Do you honestly still think sitting here that I brought up the subject cloud saves?
We're not talking. You got mad about physical media. You change the subject. This is what you do. When you lose an argument, you pivot and change the subject.
What's that?
No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
Jesus Christ.
You guys baited me into a conversation about digital media, and then he goes, "Yeah, but you get so excited when you talk about it. You talk about it all the time." That's exactly what happened. I was sitting over here minding my own business, making fun of Sandra Bullock as a fucking astronaut, and then you guys bring up digital media.
She's really good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not going to go see that shitty fucking movie now. How do you feel about that?
If it makes you feel any better, it's probably distributed digitally.
Never mind then.
This game gives my brain too much freedom. Like in GTA 4, you could do some pretty sick stuff. Like you could just walk up to a guy and punch him in the head, and then punch him a lot after he was dead and stuff.
Fair play.
Find out if his baby floats.
But this game, I end up because it's escapism, right? You do stuff that you can't do in real life.
Do you do that though?
I don't move for people on the sidewalk at all. If I can plow right through them.
Living the dream.
But it gives me, it basically just lures me in with situations where it wants me to be a psychopath, and then I feel bad for doing it afterwards. I was minding my own business on my little airstrip. A guy is walking his dog across the airstrip, and I'm just thinking, well, there's a guy and a dog. I walk up to his dog and I kick it to death. And then I felt really bad, and I stopped playing. I was like, why did I kick the dog to death? Right in front of the dude as well.
What did the dude do?
He started to punch me.
And you kill him?
I think I took off in a plane.
You're never gonna believe it. I was walking the dog. Some guy came and killed the dog and flew off in an airplane.
You come to my house.
I was walking my dog on the airstrip.
What if he was like a mechanic, you know?
With a dog?
Take your dog to work day. I don't know. Like fucking every day at the Rooster Teeth office.
I don't know if that applies to airline mechanics.
But basically, I never would have thought to do that ever in real life.
You
It's
never would have
just
kicked a
because-
dog to death on an airstrip.
Never, ever.
Okay.
But because it was just happening in front of me in the game. Right, has anyone kicked a dog to death in GTA 5?
Really?
Security?
Is that Greg?
That's Greg over there.
Why wouldn't you? So let me get this straight. The game baited you into kicking a dog to death, but you guys bringing up motherfucking cloud saves is not a bait for me? You guys are dickheads. You guys are unbelievable dickheads.
As soon as you used the word bait to describe that, I was like, he's gonna bring this back to himself.
I am. I'm gonna walk out of the theater and kick a dog to death on Congress. So we were here in the theater, and somehow the topic of like, that guy's just there jerking off. And I go like this, he's just jerking off. And Ashley goes, yeah, he's jerking off. And I go, what the fuck's this? And she goes, that's the way you do it. That's the way, this is the hand motion. I go, the hand motion is this. It's not like this. And she goes, and her answer, sincerely and honestly, was, I've never done it that way.
It's true. She makes a valid argument.
That's a ridiculous answer.
Actually, I just told that to about 1 billion people, but don't ever tell that story ever again to anyone ever, please.
She's a real people person.
Like, I get the idea of taking from personal experience, But that just doesn't apply at all. I've never stabbed anyone, but when I pretend to wield a knife, I don't like do all this with it. I do that.
Yeah, you're stabbing them to death.
Stab him.
Yeah. So the next time you can't afford a cab, just tell him he's a jerk off.
You're like, I don't have enough money.
Yeah. I can't afford this motherfucker.
You know what I mean.
You figured out, I want to tell you about a conversation we had with Gavin and I had, where we were talking about how much all of us, Barbara, men and women, put up with bullshit from the opposite sex just because they have like 100% of the other sex genitalia, the sex organs. Like men put up with so much from women because they have 100% of all the vagina in the world. And same thing.
And boobs.
And boobs, thank you. And
They have a
women put up with
monopoly.
so much bullshit from men because you can't get penis anywhere else. You look in disbelief. Are you getting penis from somewhere besides men?
I just don't understand what you're talking
All
about.
right. I'm leading to something. All right, so Gavin and I determined if there was a third gender that had nothing to do with reproduction or sex, everybody would hate those fucking people. Can you imagine if there was men, women, and, whatever? Fart hoopers.
Fart hoopers.
Like, just
Like,
let's
no-
say Bill, like you're a Bill or whatever. Sorry if there's any Bills in the audience. But it's like if you have a son, a daughter, and it's like, oh, and your third child's gonna be a fart hooper. You'd be like, okay, all right, great. They'd have the worst fucking
Well,
lives.
you wouldn't want to be friends with one. And I'm not saying that I want to be friends with dudes because they have an anus that I could possibly have sex with if I wanted to. I'm not saying that.
Really?
It's just like,
Really? You're not saying that? Because you came up with that totally on your own, by the way.
but maybe I am friends with guys because there is that possibility.
Wow.
But honestly,
I think Google just went, we can't compete with that. We're going bankrupt.
I've never wanted to bang any of my dude friends.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Miles.
Sorry, Miles. But I
Also,
will say,
Monty knows you're lying, but go ahead.
But I will say that every single decision I've ever made in my life has been indirectly to get laid at some point. Like, we wouldn't- if there were no, like, as a straight guy, if there were no girls, would you do anything ever?
Probably not. I would live in a cave and like have no clothes and
I
just.
think-
I would sleep all day. Yeah, I'd be at home jerking off.
What's behind that?
Probably. No, I see what you're saying. A lot of it is motivated by the ingrained evolutionary need to procreate,
Yeah.
which we just now just have sex and turn all the other stuff off. But yeah, so if there was a third gender that had nothing to do with sex, you'd just be like,
Yeah. A successful gender has to have a hole.
Or what if it's a third gender?
I gotta go back to the guy thing again.
What if it's
You're friends with guys because we have holes? Is that what you're saying?
All right, well, answer me
Or
this.
it could be a superpowered gender that has the ability to move between their choice between the other two genders. And then everyone would want to appease to them.
We're learning a lot about the people in the podcast tonight. So, Gus, tell us more about wanting to be a woman. Why don't you?
I'm just saying, if there was another gender that was desired by both men and women, that would be the ultimate gender. Because then 2 out of the 3 people would be trying to appease this one.
Why did you cheer?
Let me ask you this.
It makes total sense.
Would you be friends with me if I didn't have an asshole?
What do you mean, Gus?
Well, let me say this. Gavin, I don't know for a fact you have an asshole right now, and I'm still your friend. I've never seen your butthole.
It's true. You could be a Ken doll from the waist down.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on down there. I don't even know if I've seen you shirtless. I'm still your friend, buddy.
It's like a rug, dude.
Yeah. Please.
Did I ever tell you what
Toast.
Gavin wants to do when he gets the iPhone 5S? Did we say this on podcast last week? You want to be the first person to use it, but with your anus.
Oh.
Well,
Like instead of a thumbprint, it would be his anus print.
Well, it's better than somebody else's.
Well, someone posted, I saw someone wrote that they trained the 5S to detect their nipple print.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, going back to it, it's just a little sensor. You can, everything's unique, right?
It's
so
true.
why don't we?
I would love to meet the person who has my anus. They're out there. I reckon an anus is just as secure.
You don't have it?
Yeah, I'm like a weird third gender.
Dude, I'm so not attracted to you right now.
He went to the lost and found. He doesn't have an anus anymore, but he has 3 shoes.
I mean, the idea of it works because I imagine everyone's anus is different.
Go ahead.
Then I remember the anuses are kind of recessed into the body. So actually applying the anus to the button would be difficult.
Well, you think that would be a little inconvenient? You think?
We could do foreskin scans.
Well, no, I'm actually really embarrassed because I was like, man, this fingerprint thing is really cool. I was like, I wonder if it would work with a penis. And then I was really upset because I'm like, I don't have one. So then I'm like, I'm thinking about this because we went to the Apple store at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and these are the thoughts that were running through my head. As soon as I was going to get my iPhone, I'm like, I need a dick.
Like, all right. So,
she wants the D.
Somebody has already.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Emily, we need a new
shirt.
But
so if you were a dude, you've just bought the phone. How quickly would your bell end have been pressed against the sensor?
I would have probably went to the Starbucks next door.
I'm not even gonna get home before I try this.
Use their restroom, because I probably wouldn't do that in public because that's kind of illegal. Yeah. But that was, I mean, has anybody tried that yet?
They don't have iPhone 5s.
Okay, but anybody in the audience.
Maybe, have they tried anyone else's iPhone 5? Have you tried pressing your penis up against anyone else's iPhone 5?
But
Guy who loves babies? What about you? You're a fucking freak.
I think that was Greg.
All I know is it did work with a cat paw, so it can probably work with a penis.
That's pretty cool.
So
That's awesome.
there's hope.
Yeah.
There's hope.
I also noted something that when Justine said penis, the level of respectability for Justine versus us, when she said penis, somebody over there went, we're way past the respectful gasp, Justine, so that's actually a vote of confidence for you.
That could be the first time I've ever said penis on the internet.
I usually